Peace, everybody. My name is Decipher. DACYFER. In partnership with Radio Pushers. That's RADIOPUSHERS. Now go and Google us. Today's episode in this podcast is about how did the song lyrics of the early MCs change the mindset of white America? To understand the impact of early MCs on white America, we must first recognize the historical context in which these artists, MCs, emerged. Hip-hop music has always been a powerful tool for social commentary and expression, and the early MCs played a crucial role in bringing awareness to the struggles and experiences of marginalized urban communities. In this episode, I want to explore how the lyrics of early MCs challenged stereotypes, sparked conversations at the dinner table and in the living rooms, and ultimately shifted the mindset of white America. Song lyrics of early rappers, MCs, and hip-hop had a most significant impact on the mindset of white America by way of bringing attention to the lived experiences and challenges that were faced by African Americans at that time, which sadly still consist until today, thereby raising awareness about their social issues, cultural identities, and systemic inequalities. This influence by those MCs and their song lyrics unfolded in several key ways, which I want to touch on with you in this episode. The social awareness and origin of hip-hop, as I previously spoke upon in episode 1 of my podcast. Hip-hop music emerged in the South Bronx in the 1970s as a form of expression by the youth and their disenfranchised communities. The early rappers or MCs used their lyrics to tell authentic stories of their personal experiences, dealing with poverty and daily systemic issues. The lyrics of these MCs often reflected the realities of life in the inner city neighborhoods. Early hip-hop lyrics most often addressed social and economic challenges faced by the Black communities, which included poverty, police brutality, and racial discrimination. By sharing their experiences through music, these artists were able to connect with audiences across vast racial and cultural boundaries, sparking a dialogue about the social injustices faced by neglected communities. This raw and authentic storytelling resonated with many users, including white America, who had never been exposed to these realities before. Tracks like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, The Message, in '82, most vividly depicted urban life for Black America and their hardships. This exposure helped many white listeners in becoming more aware of the realities of inner city life and the systemic issues contributing to these conditions. Whereas the media kept white America deaf, dumb, and blind in their reporting that everyone was equal in the great country we call the United States of America. Challenging stereotypes, one of the most impactful and major ways that early MCs changed the mindset of white America was by challenging these stereotypes and misconceptions about Black and Latino communities. Through their lyrics, MCs like Grandmaster Flash, the Sugar Hill Gang, Africa Bambaataa, and Run DMC helped shed light on the struggles of urban life, police brutality, and systemic racism, using their music as a form of expression and empowerment in the face of constant daily adversities. These powerful messages forced white America to confront their own biases and rethink their perception about so-called minority communities. Through their music, MCs highlighted the resilience, creativity, and cultural richness of their communities, offering a more nuanced and authentic portrayal of inner-city urban neighborhoods. Through the rise of hip-hop music, a cultural exchange was facilitated, where white America was first confronted, then introduced towards African American cultures, its vast heritage, including its slang language, popular fashion, and its mind-boggling music. The lyrics of early MCs sparked important conversations about race, inequality, and social justice in white America. This cultural exchange fostered a much greater appreciation and understanding from white America and narrowed the racial division lines. Groups like Run DMC, Jungle Brothers, X-Clan, and the white American sensation Beastie Boys, who then at that time had broad crossover appeal on the MTV and radio airwaves, helped bridge cultural gaps and paved the way that hip-hop became more accessible to white American audiences. Songs like Public Enemy's Fight the Power, 911 is a Joke, and NWA's Fuck the Police brought attention to issues that were often ignored and/or overlooked. These songs became anthems for a generation of young people who had gotten fed up with America's status quo, and inspired them to take action and demand change by calling attention to and advocating for this change. By speaking truth to power through their music, these artists inspired listeners of all backgrounds to question what was being said and work together towards a more just and equitable society for all. Hip-hop became the champion voice for youth rebellion and a means of expressing frustration with social normalities. This resonated most heavily with young people across all racial boundaries. The rebellious and defiant nature of rap lyrics, combined with their authentic portrayal of life's struggle in Black America and their defiant resistance, resonated with many white American youth. It began influencing their perception on the authority, white America's identity, and social justice, or rather injustices, for those considered non-white. As hip-hop music garnered more mainstream popularity in the 1980s and 1990s, the lyrics of early MCs continued to challenge and provoke white America. These and many more artists at that time used their platform to address issues of poverty, violence, discrimination, and forcing its listeners to confront uncomfortable truths about society. These powerful messages ultimately helped to shift the mindset of white America and foster in a much greater empathy and understanding towards minority communities. Hip-hop's mainstream popularity began to influence numerous aspects of the American culture, from its fashion to its language and thus its lifestyle. White America's greedy consumption of hip-hop music and Black culture led to a broader acceptance and integration of African American culture further within the mainstream. This phenomenon was ever so evident in the widespread popularity of artists like LL Cool J, Public Enemy, and then later Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G. While some hip-hop lyrics were playful, some were explicitly political, addressing issues such as racial inequality, police violence, and systemic oppression. The early beginnings of conscious hip-hop. Let's look closer at the group Public Enemy, who used this platform and their popularity to promote activism and social change, influencing white listeners to engage with the cause and support civil rights and social justice movements, all in all shifting mindsets and sparking conversations. In conclusion, overall, the lyrics of early MCs played a most significant, crucial role in changing the mindset of white America by challenging those stereotypes, sparking important conversations, fostering empathy, highlighting social issues, and promoting cultural understanding. Through their music, these artists helped to bridge those divides and foster in empathy, ultimately contributing to a more inclusive and diverse society and promoting a greater understanding of the African American experience. Hip-hop music still today continues to be a powerful force for social change, and we must also continue to listen to and learn from the voices of the urban and silence communities. Thank you for tuning in to my podcast today, Decipher and Radio Pushers. Now let's get it.